a show where we talk about real film movies, which are both the same thing, but we'll talk about the news and reviews, any views on film and TV, and comic books too. We'd love to hear from you. We hope you enjoy it too. So subscribe to Real Film Podcasts and Reviews.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Real Film Podcast, brought to you by There's a Podcast for That Productions. I'm your host Matt, and I'm joined by co-hosts Rob and Hat.
Hello.
Hiya.
Did it again. Hiya.
To talk about the latest in film, TV, comics, and gaming. Do you want to do general chit chat first, or do you want to do the agenda, Rob? I know how much you love the agenda.
You can do some chit chat if you want.
Do some chit chat. How are you guys?
Fine.
Yeah, we're alright.
Good.
When can we do the agenda, Matt?
We can do it now because the chit chat's over.
Good.
We're going to start with the news, as always. We can do It's the News. Number 2, we're going to do the Box Office Showdown.
Oh shit.
If you've done it. Have you done it? We're not going to do the Box Office Showdown because Rob's not done it.
We will do it.
Then we're going to go into Trailer of the Week, where we're going to be talking about the Deadpool teaser. Then we're going to go into our review section, where I've done a couple of things. Don't know about you guys.
Yeah, you're not the only one in life, Matt.
Yeah, we do
exactly, yeah.
stuff.
We do things. Then we're going to go on to
Hit
our
some
main
bitches.
topic. Yeah. Then we're going to go to our main topic of the day, followed by the 1-star Amazon review quiz. Then the IMDb trivia quiz. Then number 8. No, we're not doing the IMDb trivia quiz.
Sorry.
So we're going straight from the 1-star Amazon review quiz onto real issues, where we're talking about some comics.
Invincible.
Or graphic novels we've been reading. Then we're going to go into the question of the week and finish off with some feedback. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, good.
Sounds good. Apart from the fact neither of you have done your quizzes yet.
I have.
So
It's literally just reading numbers off Box Office Mojo, Matt.
I didn't know we were doing it tonight, so I wasn't prepared.
Are you going to do a shout out, Matt?
I'm going to do a shout out. That's what I was just about to say. Before we start with anything, we've got a lovely bit of feedback from a gentleman called Ken Major. Hi, Ken Major. And Film 4 put on Twitter, what's your favourite film-related podcast? And he said we were one of his favourites. So that's really nice.
That's actually really nice.
Thanks,
really
Ken.
nice.
It's really nice. It's really nice. It's
No
not like it was
before.
like
Who's not directly one of our friends or our mum.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, it was like Film 4 as well. It wasn't like some podcasting thing like, ooh, who are your favourite podcasters? It was like, this guy was like, oh yeah, I follow Film 4 and they're asking who my favourite podcasters are. So thanks, Ken. That means a lot. You made us feel good about ourselves.
Yeah.
You drew us up from the never-ending misery for a few moments into the light.
Yeah. Maybe this is all worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a waste of time and money.
Yeah. So keep stroking our egos,
Probably
Ken.
is.
Yeah, maybe. Do you want to do any shameless plug-in before we start? We've got some new stuff on YouTube.
What?
Got our latest episode in our Clickbait Let's Play series, haven't we, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
No. Dark Souls.
No,
The last,
Dark Souls. I said Let's... What did I say?
You said
Clickbait.
Clickbait.
Oh, no. No, we've not got an episode of that. We've got an episode of Embracing the Darkness.
Yeah. Our Dark Souls Let's Play series.
Our Dark Souls Let's Play series.
You can watch Matt roll everywhere all the time. Rolling.
Yeah, I'm going to stop. I've stopped rolling now, though, to be fair.
I'm quite looking forward to seeing the more recent footage.
We've progressed along quite a lot, and Rob's not been there, but me and Paul have been doing it, and I've got a lot better.
That's cool. That's
Like,
good.
I mean,
I say that, I get a lot better, but I still can't deal with archers. There's just little things, and I still roll off things occasionally. But
There's that time, though, that everyone left the room and you were like mint on your own.
yeah, there's in the latest one. I can't remember what it was now, but Paul just said that it's the worst death that I've ever done. Like since we've been playing it, it was that bad.
Competition.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Although we accidentally, we were filming an episode and we had to stop and come back a week or so later. And then we left, anyone that knows Dark Souls, we left like 20,000 souls in a boss fight and then forgot that we had them in there, came back to the game, and then we started recording and Paul had sent me a message on PlayStation the day before. So we went to go and find the message and then came back and I died because you can't pause Dark Souls. So some little creature had just come and killed me and I lost 20,000 souls because we weren't paying attention to us getting attacked.
Paul should know better.
But yeah. He should know better. We had a big laugh about it. But yeah, if you've not been onto that, get onto that because it's pretty funny and there's some good stuff coming.
There's also a new Hitman episode, isn't there?
Yeah, part of the Pixel Perfect podcast, I do a little Hitman challenge thing. There's a new episode up there. And I kill the right person.
You do slightly better in this
Slightly better, yeah. So that'll be up at some point.
Still not great. You still don't do great.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll kill the right person now.
It's pretty bad. So basically, if you like watching people play games badly, but it's kind of funny, then go check that stuff out. Should we get on to the news?
What's been going on in the news? What's been going on in the movie news? Well, that actor you like's done another thing. There's a few more reboots and a sequel too. And that other guy got caught with some cocaine. It's the news.
Can I go first, Matt?
You can go first. Yeah, go first. Go for it.
So Zack Snyder has released an image of the new Batmobile in Justice League. And do you know, like, when we watched Batman v Superman,
exciting.
We were like, do you know what would make Batman, like, do you know what would make this a more accurate representation of Batman would be, like, more guns so he can kill more people.
That's exactly what I felt
That's exactly
like.
what he's done. So, really happy.
Like a tank. Like
yeah,
a gun
it's
tank.
loads of guns on it. Really, really cool. Yeah.
Everyone knows Batman loves guns.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder.
Any more Zack Snyder news?
He doesn't have a clue, does he? Does not have a clue. Yeah, there is some more Zack Snyder news. He's released a 5-second clip of Aquaman swimming about in Justice League.
And it looks like a guy swimming in water.
It looks like a guy swimming in water.
Yeah.
It is a guy swimming in water.
It still looks pretty cool though.
I mean, it looks like a guy swimming in water.
It's nice to see him underwater.
It is nice to see him underwater. It looks all right, but I don't really know what to do with that. Do you know when they put stuff out as if it's really big, and then you get it and go, yeah, that's exactly what I expect that to be, because, he's a man swimming underwater. Yeah, it's kind of, that's... At least it's accurate. To be fair, at this point, I'm just glad to see DC doing something accurate.
I'm glad to see that he knows that Aquaman is in water.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it's kind of... You can't take anything for granted with Zack Snyder anymore. You've just got to look at it and hope, does he know what he's doing? Well, based on the two things you've just said, it's kind of 50-50 at the moment.
I've seen people going like, it looks amazing, it looks really good. I'm like, just looks like a guy swimming in water.
That's what I expect.
I mean, I don't know how you get that excited about that bit of footage, really. It's just a guy in water.
Yeah.
Like, it looks really good. It's like, it's just a guy in water.
Yeah, doesn't look bad.
Like what?
But
I don't know how you get excited about that.
It looks exactly like what it should be.
No.
So.
I mean, if you're that excited about something not looking terrible, then you have very low expectations of your life.
I feel like we all do though with Zack anyway.
Hat, do you want to do your news? I feel like we just diss DC too much.
So, Beauty and the Beast is coming out.
Yeah.
Lovely film. Live action.
It is.
Completely original.
Woman falls in love with horrifying ugly beast.
Buffalo Man.
Buffalo Man. But one of the smaller characters, Gaston's friend, can't remember what his name is, like Le Fou or something. He's actually gay, which the Russians aren't taking too kindly to. They are offended by this, as are quite a lot of people actually. Well, I say that. It's like, all those people that say, oh, there's this uproar about this thing or whatever. And it's like, who actually really cares? I don't know. Apart from the Russians. I don't know who else has said that they care.
Probably Daily Mail readers.
There is a petition, actually.
There wasn't a gay one in the original, so why is there a gay one now?
I mean, I don't see why people think there wasn't a gay one in the original, because he was pretty gay in the original as well.
So Gaston was pretty gay.
Well, it's because he's in love with Gaston, because Gaston's like, top dog, whatever.
Yeah.
Top man.
It's
alpha male.
So yeah, all these homophobes have a problem with Gaston's friend being gay, but not with the whole...
That's all right.
Do we care what
is.
Yeah.
The
craziness.
Homophobes think if you don't want to come watch the film, that's absolutely fine. I just hope they don't make a big deal
out. I
out.
don't care what they think.
Yeah, I hope they don't.
You don't deserve films.
Exactly.
I
hope they don't make a big deal about
him
him being gay, though. I hope it's just like a thing, like, that kind of thing can almost be a sort of
Like
know,
in
like
Star Trek.
like ticking
That'd be good.
like ticking boxes, kind of going, oh look, we've got a gay character. Look how diverse we are.
But yeah, they did
Like-
it really nicely and subtly in Star Trek.
Even though George Takei didn't like it.
George Takei was wrong in that situation.
Yeah, he's not usually wrong. Give him his dues, but
He was wrong there,
he was wrong there.
idiot.
He's old, isn't he?
He is old. Is that all the news?
I think
Is
so.
that
Yeah.
all the news we've got? Moving on.
There's no other news in the world.
Moving on to the box office showdown, if you've got it ready.
He is ready.
Is it ready? You sure?
Yeah.
Let's do that then.
It's the box office showdown.
So this is the box office showdown in which you two have to guess how much money a film has earned this week in dollars. So I'm going for March the 3rd to the 5th, the weekend. Let's start with... I've not heard of most of these new films.
This is very helpful.
Brill.
Let's start with Logan.
Logan.
Who's going first, me or Hat?
You can go
Toss
first.
a coin.
What's this?
I'm thinking of
I'm
a coin in my head.
Heads.
Yeah, it was heads.
Okay. Matt goes first.
There you go.
Okay. So this is the opening weekend of Logan then.
Logan.
I reckon this did 55 million.
45 million.
85 million.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
My goodness.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, well done, Matt.
I didn't think it would have earned that much.
Do you want the pennies again, Matt?
Yeah, go on, give me the exact pennies.
85,300,000. No pennies.
No pennies.
All right.
Very nice.
Good, isn't it?
That's very good.
Very good.
Very good. Next up, Before I Fall.
Before I fall. Is it my go now?
What is
Yeah.
Before I Fall?
I don't know.
Actually,
It's a new release.
I'm not asking you again about what a film is after you said that Get Out was a comedy horror, and then we
I
realised
read it off Wikipedia.
It's definitely not a
It's
comedy.
definitely
horror.
not a comedy.
Yeah. I was listening to that bit and I was like, I'm sure I've seen the trailers for this. It's
I
definitely
read
not
it off
comedy.
Wikipedia. It said that
Maybe-
on Wikipedia.
I mean, it looks really good, but I'm
May-
not going to be laughing at
Yeah,
it.
maybe you find neo-Nazi racism funny, Rob, but the rest of us don't.
Yeah, sitting through Green Room, he was,
Just like,
yeah.
It's funny. No, I was going to make it.
bet you find Schindler. It's like when people are like, "What's your favourite comedy, Rob?" Schindler's List. Schindler's List, pal.
Good banter.
Go on it. 12 Years a Slave. Did you see that one?
Top pants.
To be fair, though, when we watched Logan, there were people laughing at really weird moments.
Yeah.
You can talk,
Do you know
we can
where
talk,
spoiler alert?
no, talk about
everyone.
that later. That's not our main topic, but talk
Oh,
about
can I
it
just tell
later.
you this bit 'cause it links in. It links in.
Oh, go on.
There's a really graphic bit where X-23 first she comes out of the building with that guy's
Oh, his head.
yeah, and people were laughing at that. Mike, that's not really
It's
funny,
not-
is
it's
it?
not
It's
funny,
not.
It's horrible.
Yeah, when only all the brutal bits people are laughing at. It's like, what are you laughing at? It's not.
That's not
it's
funny.
Not a joke. Yeah. Anyway, Before I Fall.
I'm going to say 40 million.
Can I Google what it is?
Never heard of this film, right?
I have heard of this film.
Have you? What's it
Yeah.
about?
I don't know. I have
Who's
heard
in
of
it?
Oh, it's that person.
It's about a person.
That person.
Yeah, no, it's that one.
There's a character in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a Googs.
I'm giving it a Google now. Mystery drama,
Oh, go on.
apparently.
It's got somebody in. Who's that person that's in it?
Don't know. Doesn't say.
Where's my phone?
There's no one I really know in it, so.
You will not know that.
Right, I'm gonna say. How much did you say? Did you go really big?
She said 40.
I'm gonna say
You said incredulously.
10 million.
I mean, $4,948,538. You only went 10%.
Yeah,
too big,
I'd say.
but yeah.
Yeah, you know, it happens.
It happens a lot, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Two notes, Matt.
I can't even find this film.
Next film,
Yeah.
Best Picture, La La Land. No, Moonlight. How much has Moonlight made? in wake of its best
Moonlight.
picture?
That's like
I'm first. Yeah, I bet it's still not a lot. I bet it's like 3 million.
$500 million.
5 million.
2,529,000.
That's pretty close then. That's pretty close by me.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're really close.
Pretty good. 3-0. You're not even
3-0.
paying attention anymore, right?
I know, yeah.
I'm trying to find, like, why did I think I knew this film?
Do you want to see if La La Land has earned more or less than Moonlight?
Okay.
Do we have to guess it?
You
Or
go first. Oh, yeah. No.
5 million.
3.5 pounds. No, million.
2,900,000. Just
Wait,
ahead.
just
Just ahead
ahead.
of Moonlight.
To be fair,
Matt wins
it's a much
again.
more accessible film than Moonlight.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. And it's had like 10 times the amount of showings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 4-0 to Matt.
Oh,
Do you want to do the last one
Standard. Yeah, okay.
for a point?
Yeah.
Consolation prize.
Comedy horror. Get Out.
Is it you first?
You first.
Is it me
You
first?
Yeah.
I can't remember how much I said it did last week, but I'm going to go for 27 million.
Oh. I was going to say 7 million, but I'm going to up it a little bit. 12?
26 million.
Oh,
my
that was
God,
that was
yeah.
a good guess. That
It's
one.
a
That was
whitewash.
good.
It's a whitewash. I think you cheated there.
Just like the Oscars, Rob. Whitewash. That wasn't whitewash.
Just like Get Out.
Yeah. Whitewash.
Just like all the best films. All the best comedies.
Let's move on to the trailer of the week. So this is the section where we talk about a trailer that has been out this week that we thought might be good.
Just in case you did not understand the title.
or might be
of-
bad, or just one that we saw that we might want to talk about. So this week we didn't get this in the UK. I think this was only stateside, wasn't it? That there was a Deadpool teaser aired before Logan in the States. We didn't get it here. I don't think anywhere else got it.
Yeah, well,
but
I think we were supposed to have it because I think some screens over here had it because they added like an extra 3 minutes to the runtime,
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
which was supposed to have it in, and then they just didn't add it in.
'Cause-
I don't know if that's like the distributor.
Loads of people waited in our cinema right till the
No,
end.
is that the start?
Oh, right. Well, we still waited all the way till the end, didn't we?
Yeah,
Just in case.
just in case. But anyway, this aired just before the Logan film. What did anyone think of this Deadpool teaser?
Fine.
Yes.
No Willy jokes. That was nice to see.
No? Yeah.
Butt joke
There
though.
was a butt joke. Yeah, there was a butt joke.
it was funny.
Yeah,
It's like
I've
Deadpool,
seen-
wasn't it? It was,
yeah,
it was fine.
It was fine. I've seen people
It's
sharing
not
it.
as clever as they thought it was.
I've seen people sharing it like, "Oh my god, I need this in my life." I think it's kind of went on like 2 minutes too long. I kind of go,
Yeah.
kind of saw exactly where it was going. I was like, "All right, it's just this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this is a one level kind of joke, isn't it?" Like this bit.
But
Yeah.
then
The
I-
bit at the end I thought was a bit weird.
What? No,
What
I
way-
liked the bit at the end.
Well, we lay down on him.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, no, that bit was. No, but in the credits when he mentioned the person that he'd tried to call,
Yeah,
we were like, "What did he say?" on the
Oh
phone?"
yeah, that was quite
yeah,
funny.
it was
actually.
quite
I like
funny.
that one.
Yeah, that was quite funny
that
because it was
bit.
his like costume.
They're the funny bits
changing.
about Deadpool is when it's like
Self-aware.
breaks the fourth wall. They're the
Yeah.
funniest bits.
Yeah,
And they didn't do that enough in Deadpool for me. It was too many dick jokes and
yeah. Like I
butt
don't,
jokes.
didn't mind this teaser, but I didn't not like it. But I just watched it and went, yeah,
That's
that's
exactly what you
that's
expect of
Deadpool. That's what I expect. It's not made me any more or less excited for the sequel, which I probably will see when it's out, but
Yeah.
like a few weeks after it's out, probably. So it's I don't know. Like I suppose Deadpool's got that kind of nice area where it can just film something like that as a teaser. It doesn't have to have any relation to the film whatsoever. It can just be like,
Yeah.
let's just film something that people like a little viral thing that people find funny. And I'm really surprised more people aren't doing this, especially with the expanding comic book universes. You could do some really cool stuff with literally. You spend so much money on marketing, like setting up websites, say, for like the Batman universe, and like Suicide Squad could have done it really well. Like had, into like full scenes between Harley and the Joker that, you know, if you saw it and then watched the film, you'd be like, oh yeah, that was cool. Like that, I watched that earlier on the internet, but you don't have to have watched it to watch the film. I'm like surprised nowhere's really doing that.
Yeah, well, I suppose Marvel did it a bit with Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, like a little bit.
His little sketch with like his roommate and stuff in Australia.
That's what I mean. I'm really surprised nowhere's doing that kind of thing.
That's more like Taika Waititi though than anybody else.
Yeah, but he still like has to have permission. It's still marketing though, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's true.
It's marketing for Taika Waititi being the director of Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just strange. I'm really surprised nobody's doing that kind of thing. So it's kind of. I'd like to see a bit more of that rather than just here's a trailer that tells you the whole story.
It's like
give me something.
Here's the plot.
Like give me something a little more. Like give me. Do you know almost like do you know what Star Wars doing with the comics and stuff and the books and the books that are before the films that you don't need to have read them or seen them to enjoy the film, but they kind of add another layer. I'd really like to see people start doing that, especially paying these stars like so much money. Just do little scenes with them and stuff. That'd be really cool.
Speaking of trailers that give away too much, I saw the Ghost in the Shell trailer before Logan.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's given me the whole story. I don't feel like I'm going to be surprised in that film now.
I can't remember it really.
I don't really know what the plot is.
Yeah.
So I can't really.
Like, I think that's just the thing now, though. That I've like if someone like Ghost in the Shell is supposed to be all like mysterious, isn't it, and stuff. But
yeah,
I think that's why
it's given me all of the mysteries already.
Yeah,
you know what the main mystery is, do you?
No, well I do now.
What, that she's?
Yeah, that she's.
That's what Ghost in the Shell means.
Yeah, I know, but it's given me like the whole process of her finding out bits and realising.
That's kind of obvious anyway.
No, I feel like they gave way too much of the story away.
They do that.
No, I didn't like it.
Still going to watch it.
Yeah.
Still
Even if it is
watch
all
it.
Whitewashed.
Anything else?
It's got the best Asian actress in it.
She is super Asian.
Also, speaking of that, do you know how we've been joking about the Great Wall and saying, oh, I don't think Matt Damon's supposed to be playing an Asian character. He's got a weird accent in that film. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's got a weird accent. I don't know what it is. I really like Matt Damon, but I do not know what accent he's trying to do in that film.
Try and do an impression of the accent.
No, I can't. I was
going to try and do a really racist impression of a Chinese accent.
But that's it. I don't know if it's trying to be Chinese. I'm going to Google it now, actually. The Great Wall. Let's see what it says his character name is. Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Edit this out, Rob. Edit this dead space out.
Nope.
Filmography.
You're not Dead Space, Matt. Don't make it.
Oh.
Google faster.
I am Googling. Do you know Matt Damon's first film was a film called Mystic Pizza?
Yeah, I've seen that. Have you not seen it?
No.
It's on Netflix, I think. It's got Julia Roberts in as well. It's great. Great film.
Oh, no, his character is called William, so maybe he's supposed to... He's doing a weird accent. William. He's doing a weird accent, whatever he's doing. But so I don't know what's going on there.
Does it say on there where he's supposed to be from?
No, it just says William. I might go and watch it just to see. Try and get to the bottom of this mystery. Where's Matt Damon supposed to be from? If anyone knows, write in. Let us know. We really want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we move on? Unless you got anything else to say about
Let's
Deadpool. Let's move on to the reviews.
Guess we went to the cinema this week. We saw some films and we watched some Netflix. Listen up to our ill-informed opinions and then go and see it all anyway. Because who knows, not us, but we'll rate it anyway.
Who wants to go first? You seen anything? You done anything? Done anything interesting?
Went to see Hidden Figures at the cinema.
Is that it? You're going to tell us about it? Is it good?
Yeah.
Do you like
It's not a Best Picture category film.
Is it a proper political one?
I'll say that from the off. No, it's not even political. It's like...
No, it's feel good.
It's very sort of by the numbers.
Like biopic.
It's not pappy. It's well done.
Yeah, it's not
the
shit.
The music's really good. The style is really good. The acting.
I
is
didn't
great.
feel like the tone was really spot on.
Yeah, the tone was a bit off.
Like, it could have been really hard hitting, and it wasn't. It's kind of like The Founder, where the tone was just not really in keeping with the subject matter. It's like, oh, these women did amazing things, but there's a bit in it where, and like, spoilers if you care, but there's a bit where they gift her like some pearls so she can kind of be like the white women. And I found that quite patronising, where it's supposed to be like quite an uplifting moment in the film, obviously, where I was like, oh, that's a bit weird. I was like, oh, they've given her pearls so she can be like all the white women who work there. I was like, is that okay? Is that... I don't know. I found that a bit weird.
And there was also when Octavia Spencer
And there's a bit as well,
calls her Mrs. something,
Yeah.
or Miss something, and then she calls her Miss something instead of her first name.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be like, oh, you know, she's finally recognising her as an equal. But it's like, well, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, it's an odd one, because you go, that's obviously probably what it was like and the stuff that happened around that time, but yeah, it's kind of a hard one to deal with, I think. Like, unless you're going for really like hard hitting, like something like 12 Years a Slave or whatever, and you're really showing the horrible stuff that happened, I think it can be quite difficult to find like the right tone.
But the thing is, though, that they're getting across all of the microaggressions, like all of the little chips away. They do get that across. But then also, there's so many points at which it's like, I think it was sort of the blockbustery style of it, where it was like, oh, and there's save the day kind of thing, and then, oh, she's not allowed in the room, and then, oh, but she is allowed in the room, and then, oh, she's not got that, or then, oh, yeah, she is allowed a handshake or whatever. Like, it was a bit too, I don't know, up and downy in the whole blockbustery sense of things. But aside from that, the music was great. There was really good music, really good style.
I didn't like the music.
I did.
I find it distracting.
Bit Miles Davis in there.
Yeah, actually, I went and like at work and was cleaning up during the credits of it, and just from what I know about it, the music didn't seem to fit what I was expecting that film to be.
Well, the music's like in between her running to the coloured women's toilets and back. And it's like, this isn't like a happy... It's like plays like happy, kind of weird, like chirpy music. And I'm like, this isn't really like a...
Plays jazz.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't the right music for the... I was like, this is a horrible thing. Like, why is this like a kind of a funny comical bit where she's like running through the streets in the rain, dropping files on the floor? I'm like, this is horrible. This isn't like, oh, look at her,
funny.
Look at her, just dropping files everywhere in the rain. Oh, isn't she silly? It's like, this is quite horrible because
she's having to do this every time.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit misguided. I think.
Okay.
It's kind of like very like white man makes film about black people. That's kind of what it felt like.
But yeah, I guess I've heard a lot.
I don't know if it was a white man who did it.
I've heard a lot of comparisons to The Help, in that it's like black people get helped along by white people, and I didn't get that sense.
No, I didn't get that.
Which was good, because I didn't want to watch that.
No, you don't want to watch something kind of strangely patronising like that.
Yeah, and White Saviour is just such a boring trope.
It is directed by a white man, Rob.
There we go.
Yeah, you go then.
Kevin Costner's good though. He's always good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty solid, isn't he?
He has a great line where he says, "Here at NASA, we all pee the same colour." Like, yeah, no one else could say that apart from Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's really
There's
good.
not many other people who could say that with a straight face.
Yeah, imagine like Nicolas Cage doing that line.
Oh
Something
no,
like
Nicolas Cage would be amazing. Any film, stick Nicolas Cage in, 10 times better.
Like,
No, it's not.
Have you seen Con Air? Oh my god, it's like my favourite film.
Oh my god.
Imagine Mel
Do you
Gibson.
want to know what else I did, Matt?
Yeah, do it. Tell
I
me.
watched the first episode of Legion.
Oh yeah, I did that as well.
I did not do that. I forgot. But
Oh, it's
good
really
one, that.
good.
tell me about
Watch
it.
it.
It's
Sell it
very
to me.
weird. It's very weird, but you didn't realise it was an X-Men thing.
No.
Because I purposely didn't tell you.
Yeah.
So I think like if you didn't know it was an X-Men thing, it's probably a bit... I don't know, probably
It's
a bit
like
more
Stranger
interesting.
Things.
But it starts very
meets
weird. There's this guy in a
DOA.
mental hospital who's having like delusions and stuff. And you slowly kind of work out that he's actually got powers. And then about half an hour way through, they say mutant for the first time.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh.
And there's different like timelines and stuff, and you're not quite sure what's going on. It's so weird.
And it's got that guy who I'm sure is from like Brass Eye or something, comedy guy. The one that's interviewing him. Do you think? Isn't he?
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to say anything because it would kind of spoil it.
No, just watch it.
And
It's
it's
really good.
it's very good, and it's very weird.
I'm really excited to
start
watch
with.
the next one.
Yeah.
It's something you'd suggest people check out then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What about if you're not
Brilliant.
into X-Men, you're not into superheroes?
It's not very
really,
X-Men.
it's not very
at all.
X-Men.
No, but I mean, if you,
Because
It's
it
more
says-
like strange and psychological and mysterious.
so it could be a good.
It's a bit like Stranger Things.
It's like this guy who's trying to cope with his like mutant abilities, but they mention the word mutant literally once, maybe twice, and people kind of don't. It's not people using powers all the time.
No, it's Aubrey Plaza.
It's like this guy trying to is basically suffering through these like voices that he hears and stuff.
Aubrey Plaza's in it, and she's awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds cool.
She's really good.
Sounds very good.
it's very good.
Don't know what I've been doing, unless you got anything else.
Nope.
Yeah.
Next segment.
I went to watch Moonlight the other night.
Oh, did you like it?
Not as much as I thought I was going to. I
No,
thought
no.
I was going to be blown away by it.
Yeah,
I felt like I felt like it should have done. Like with everything that everyone said and all the articles I've read about how Moonlight has to win the Academy Award, I thought, oh, this is really going to break down barriers. This is really going to reopen my mind to things.
to films about black people, because
black gay
otherwise
people.
I was going to be like, nah, I'm not watching any films.
No, but you know what I mean. That's how this film was being made out. Like it was going to completely change how people perceive like black culture and stuff. That's what I was kind of expecting, based on the basis of what people have said. How this revolutionary film about black culture has to win over a film about a white jazz player. And it's definitely a very well made film, like incredibly acted by like everyone, but I don't know, I got to the end going, that wasn't bad, but I just felt like underwhelmed by it. I mean, by the end, it is very, very clever, and it kind of does a little bit. I don't want to kind of spoil it, like you said when you did your review. Like, kind of the least you know about it, the better. Yeah. But like by the time you get to because it takes place over 3 periods of this guy's life, and by the time it gets to the end, it kind of is this interesting amalgamation of who he actually is and who he's trying to portray himself as. I found that really interesting.
Yeah.
But I found that the last sort of 15 minutes so much more interesting than the rest of the film. But then you go, well, you kind of need to watch the rest of it to get to that point. So it's kind of a difficult one. And I don't really understand why... is it Mahershala Ali?
Yeah.
Why he won Best Supporting Actor?
Yeah, he's not really in it.
It's not even the fact that... See, I didn't even think he was that good. He was good, but the thing is, it wasn't that he wasn't good. It was just the role didn't allow him to properly... There was only that tiny bit.
When he's sitting at the table.
Just like near the end. Yeah, just at the end section. Well, where he was like, the consequences of him being a drug dealer. I was like, that was good.
That was really good.
But I've seen better performances. It kind of feels a bit strange.
Who else was up for that award, though?
That one, I'm not too sure he was up for it. I mean, maybe he was the best this year, but
I remember Shannon was.
Oh, Michael Shannon.
Lucas Hedges.
Lucas Hedges.
Those two are both better in my book than Mahershala.
And they're also in it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of, that was what I mean. I knew he wasn't in it a lot, and it got to like the end of his bit, like the part that he's in, and I was kind of sat there going, is he going to show back up? Like, he's got to show back up, because...
Yeah, that's not enough.
That's not... Like I was expecting this... Like, again, this amazing performance that was going to be like, oh my God, but that didn't come for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd maybe like to watch it again, just to... Maybe I was in the wrong mood or something, I don't know. Just something about it didn't... but I can't say what it is, because it was really well made and really well acted, and the story's like a really good one and everything. So I really like films that are kind of character based, and there isn't really a story arc; it's more about a character arc. I really like that.
Did you like Boyhood?
I never saw Boyhood actually, because I heard that was very overrated. So I never.
But then there's something about that sort of film that shows like the whole of a person's lifetime, or like a long portion of their life.
Yeah, a really boring person's lifetime.
But then it's also like really depressing, and like it just makes me really sad. Passing time is like the worst thing. It's what's going to kill us all. It's just really depressing.
the inevitable
Pretty
crawl
much.
to death.
So I can see why it's not like you wouldn't finish the film Moonlight and be like, "Oh, life is great." You'd be like, "Oh my god, this terrible existence that we all trudge through."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe have to rewatch it. If any of the listeners have any opinions on it, then get in touch. Let me know, because I feel like I missed something.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of feel like, that there was something I didn't pick up on or didn't click straight away with me. So I'm not really sure. But I've also been playing Arkham Asylum on the PS4.
Is it good?
The remastered version. I forgot. It's really good. I forgot how good these Batman games are. They're so good. They're just there's loads of just like extra stuff in it that's really great. Like you go around Arkham Asylum, you're picking up like interview recordings of the patients and stuff, and there's loads of extras on all the characters and things like that. It's really interesting. I think that honestly, if you're kind of like not a nerd, but if you're like a bit of a fan of Batman, but you don't know loads, I think these games are actually really great because you can go and play them. And like when you discover something about a character, you get like a full character bio, and you can like go in there and learn about them and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's really good. I mean, like the graphics and the gameplay's a little outdated. Not outdated, but it's not as smooth as it is in the new ones. But I think Arkham Asylum might be my favourite one because it's like nice and contained, and the story's great, and it's just a pretty mint game. I'm very happy they've remastered it and put it on PS4. Yeah, let's move on then to something we've all done, I think. Well, I know, this week. And that is our...
Segue.
That's what I'm doing, Hat. That's the segue. Jesus Christ. Right, let's talk about Logan.
Go fuck yourself.
Did you like Logan, Rob? This is what we've all been to see.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about this week. We're talking about Logan. You liked Logan. Hat, did you like Logan?
Yeah, it was my favourite X-Men film.
Was it your favourite X-Men film, Rob?
By a considerable distance.
Better than X-Men Wolverine Origins Does Things. Better than that film.
Oh, I forgot about that. No. I really like the portrayal of Deadpool in that film.
Better than Apocalypse.
I can't remember anything about Apocalypse.
Better than Last Stand.
Yeah.
Pretty good then. Pretty good.
Almost
as good.
Than all of them.
Yeah, almost as good.
Almost as good. Why, Rob? Why is it better than all of those things?
Oh, that's a hard question to answer, Matt.
Because R-rated.
No,
I know.
This is
I know.
annoying
Loads
because a lot of people say it's filmed so good because it's R-rated. No, it's not. People are like, oh, Deadpool paved the way for this because it's R-rated. And like, no,
it's completely different.
Deadpool paved the way for this because Fox let the thing about Deadpool that allowed Wolverine to be made as it was is they gave creative freedom to the people who are making the film.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they've taken away from Deadpool. Not the fact that it's R-rated, the fact that they've given the creative freedom to the people who are making the film.
Yeah.
That's why Logan's great. Because it's literally the film that they wanted to make.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not...
And not filled with CGI shites that blockbusters need or whatever.
And I do
there's
feel
no
like...
It doesn't feel like they've made any of that for money.
No. But then I do feel like things are better R-rated because people swear naturally. It doesn't sound natural when people are just like, oh, golly, God, you know what I mean?
Particularly Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. Not hearing him say fuck is just really weird. He would say fuck all the time.
He would be swearing a lot.
Yeah.
And if you're an old man with Alzheimer's, you'd probably be a bit pissed off as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably swear a lot as
Yeah,
well.
you would be.
So yeah, it sounded natural.
Yeah,
that's why it was good as an R-rated thing.
No, I definitely agree about the not having any, studio interference. There was ever a point in this film where I was going, oh, this is going really well, and then obviously, the studio have said to James Mangold, oh, we need this in there now, so can you just put this in for us, and then you can do the rest how you want. It feels like very much he had control over pretty much everything that went on in this film, which is pretty good. And I think anyone that listens to our episode last week when we were talking about fixing the DCEU, you'll have heard me and Rob saying that they need to take superhero films back down to a base level where it's about like people and humans and characters and
relationships.
And the villains aren't just like, we're going to end the world.
Family.
And then along comes Logan, and it's family. You just quoting like Fast and Furious here.
Yeah.
It's about family. You're going to turn your back on family?
You don't turn your back on family.
It is.
But no, it does all of those things. It brings it. It's a film that just happens to have superheroes in it. It's not a film about superheroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's
It's
great.
like it tells a story that could be told without superheroes. It's just kind of more fun because they are superheroes. That's how I'd describe this film. So I presume everyone knows what we're talking about, but this is Logan, the follow-up to however many X-Men films, like 10 or whatever.
17 years.
Yes, of X-Men films. Bringing it to a close, Hugh Jackman's stint as Wolverine.
Life.
Yeah, as Wolverine, which is sad to see, but I think he couldn't go out in a better way.
If he comes back now, it's just going to be such a massive disappointment.
Yeah, definitely would be. So the story picks up who knows how many years after which ever timeline this one's set in.
So, I've got a question about this timeline, right? So this is 2029.
Yeah.
Doesn't Xavier say at some point that there's been no X-Men born for 20 years?
Oh, I don't know.
It's something like that, but it means something like only X-Men 1 is officially canon in this film.
Probably, but
because they mentioned the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
bit they mentioned the cage fighting, so X-Men 1's definitely happened.
Yeah,
I think it says 25 years. I think so. X-Men 2 might have happened.
Yeah, because on X-Men 1, 2 and 3 all set in the 90s.
No, they're set in the early 2000s.
Are they?
So they're set slightly in the future of when they actually came out.
Okay.
So 1 and 2 are 2003. 3 is 2006. So there's no New Mutants since 2004.
Right.
Then, like, none of the films after that point have happened.
Yeah, but the only ones after that have been Last Stand, which was really bad. So, and the Wolverine.
But they were young.
Well, yeah.
They were young mutants in that though.
But they weren't baby young though, were they?
But it was like Angel came out then though. Like, but they were new mutants. There were new mutants coming. There were new mutants.
No, I mean, but they weren't born.
Yeah, they were.
Then.
Like Angel got like his wings in X3, and the I'm not saying born, but like there were new mutants came along then because they don't get their powers till they're teenagers. It's like a puberty allegory sort of thing.
Yeah, I thought the whole.
So like them. There's no new mutants.
I sort of read that as no new mutants were born after 2004 or whatever, which would still work with the whole canon.
Who knows?
It depends how you view it, I guess.
I'd love to see. I can't think what he's called. One of the head guys at Fox who runs the X-Men. I'd love to see him sit down and try and explain the timelines because it is all over the place.
Yeah.
But you kind of don't. Just you can forget about all of that. I think as long as you've kind of got a fondness for Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart and their characters, then you're going to love this film because it's just them two having, I was going to say, a really good time. They don't really have any good time, do they? Don't really have a good time at all, do they? They just sort of have a pretty crappy time, but
they have a good laugh with that family.
Yeah, with that family.
Fun times.
Are we doing spoilers?
Not yet. No.
Spoilers?
Let's talk about it.
Okay, sorry.
Generally first, Rob. So
nothing happens to them.
I'm trying to say what happens in this film. Well, what is this film about, Rob? So we've got Wolverine.
Family.
Yeah, family.
You don't turn your back on family.
Relationships.
Relationships.
So, set in the future, anyone that knows Wolverine knows he's got a healing factor, which is pretty impressive. He can get shot and then be fine 2 seconds later. But that's starting to slow down, so he can still regenerate his cells, but at a much slower rate. So he's kind of a lot more vulnerable now. And also, we see Charles Xavier has got dementia or Alzheimer's of some sort, and he can't really control himself anymore or his power, which is really sad to watch.
Yeah.
And
it is really sad.
Really
his weird little old man hair.
Yeah.
Made me really sad as well.
Just everything about him made
me And Wolverine and Professor X kind of holed up in Mexico, waiting to just get away from the world and kind of forget about the whole lives and everything. When Wolverine's approached by a woman, a nurse, who says he's got to look after this girl and he's got to take her somewhere to keep her safe.
Across the border
And keep her safe because there are people after her.
Woman.
And
by a bad guy called Donald.
by a guy named
I
Donald.
feel like there was a lot of like big wall stuff in between Mexico and the US.
There are big walls, aren't there? There
Yeah,
are
I
walls.
feel like that was sort of played upon a little bit. Don't know if I just read too much into that.
Yeah, you're reading too much into it. Do you want to say anything before we go full spoilers? We've said we've liked it. We liked it. It's a good human story.
Yeah, it's very good because it's about relationships and
Yeah.
Stop
family.
Stop just quoting Fast and Furious.
Saluti ma familia.
Salute me, familia.
Is it the best superhero film since The Dark Knight?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say so.
it has the most emotional stakes. It doesn't shy away from taking risks, or it's kind of it's exactly what it needs to be. That's what I felt. I was like, this. It's got exactly. It's told the right story at the right time. It's done the right things. It's got to a good conclusion. Do you just want to throw the cat out? Because you're distracting me now. I'm just like rambling because all I can see is you clicking.
He was like batting him, and then the cat was batting him back. Oh, Kitty, you're being annoying. Pecking Ed, that's what he's
Pecking
doing.
Ed. It's pecking my head. I'm not even there.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Rob shouldn't have let him back in the room.
I know, it's too soft. Well, he finds his way back in. He can open doors.
Just put something in front of it. Stop him.
He won't let you pee on your own unless you lock it.
Yes, he will.
Creepy cat.
Every time I'm in there, he's sitting there when I get out.
What, as if you're not facing the door?
What?
Where are you peeing?
What? No, I mean like when I lock the door.
You're supposed to sit the other way around.
What? It's supposed to face the wall, right? Oh God. Anyway.
Tell me things about Logan.
You seem like you're so tired of this now, Matt.
Do you want to go full spoilers?
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart dies.
Again.
I was so sad.
That was so well done. Because
it
was
so upset.
it was so crushingly underplayed that you really wanted him to have a bigger send off, but at the same time I was sat there going, no, he can't be dead. That's that
was a dream for
It's like, he can't be dead
because
because this is Patrick Stewart. He's been doing this for so long. He's one of the best characters, and they're just going to kill him like that. It's like, they can't do this. And then, but he was dead.
Yeah, I was convinced it was a dream sequence.
And then after that lovely sort of moment of lucidity where he's sort of so vulnerable and honest and such good acting.
Very good
and
acting.
And then to have that suddenly you're dragged out of it by the death. Yeah.
It's just by,
he got dragged out of acting by death.
death.
Couldn't act anymore because he was dead.
No, but you got dragged out of the moment by
being
this
dead.
Drama, and it just it was really well done.
That happens when you die.
Shut up.
Jeremy takes priority of everything else that's going on.
Just dying.
But then also, you could tell that something was off. You could tell it was you could tell it wasn't going to be Logan.
Yeah.
It was going to be somebody else. But then I thought maybe it was going to be one of the family members, and they'd find out what he was and throw him out or turn him out to the other people or something. I wasn't expecting it, and it was just so heartbreaking.
It was very heartbreaking.
Especially because then Logan was like, it wasn't me, when he was comforting him as he died.
Yeah.
It was like, oh God, imagine that as your sort of final moments with the person, and them thinking that you just killed them when you didn't. It'd be awful.
Very sad. I loved his whole story, actually. And
yeah, so good. I love the way it's revealed, but wasn't explained.
Yeah, because
it didn't need to be. It wasn't about that.
No, it wasn't. Because what we've always been told how powerful Charles is. He's always seen as one of the most powerful mutants, and all we've ever seen him do really is do a bit of mind control, some cool like tricks, and use
Just casual.
What's it called? Cerebro to like locate mutants and stuff. We've never seen the full extent of the power that he's supposedly got. Whereas in this film we see it, but it's because he's, out of control. He's not in control, and he's basically seen as a nuclear bomb. Like, he has that amount of power, and we obviously get a hint that he's hurt a lot of people with that power.
He's killed like loads of the X-Men.
Yeah, or he's killed a lot of people because his power's gone out of control. And it kind of makes you look back at, I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't plan this, but you look back at the other films and just think, he's had that power all along, and he could have used this power for world domination. He could have used this power for, anything, but instead he decided, like, if he was like Magneto, he'd just be ruling the world, but instead he decided to use that power for good, and not even really use his power, just, help people and teach people, rather than, being this completely destructive force, which I found really interesting, that he's been sitting on top of this horrendous power all along. And I think you get that in Patrick Stewart's performance, that he's always had it in him and he's known it, and he's almost always been scared of it, like a little bit of like losing control of it, which is really sad. It's like when he loses control when they're in that hotel and Hugh Jackman's like wheeling him out and he's looking around at all the people and he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's really sad.
I just think, like, it's sad to see old men sad.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, there's something about it that's just really depressing. You just go, oh, he's a little old man, he's really sad.
End it.
Just end it.
I was thinking that as well.
What, just kill yourself or kill him?
I was thinking that as well. That's terrible. I don't want old people to die like that.
Just end it. Just put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
It's
better for everyone.
Yeah. Just smother him with a pillow.
Claws through the skull.
No, through the chest. What else happened in this film? That's what my last
Logan had a daughter.
A daughter, yeah.
That's quite a big part of the film.
Yeah, that is a big part of the film. Logan has...
So originally X-23 is his clone rather than daughter.
Yeah.
okay.
But what they've been doing is taking like DNA from mutants and using like surrogate mums to breed new mutants to use it as weapons.
Yeah.
So we kind of introduced to Laura, who like is very obviously his daughter from the off, really.
Yeah.
I like how they don't drag that out for ages as well. It's like, she's your daughter.
Yeah,
and he's like, no, she's not.
He's just like,
even though,
like, there you go. There's the proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Let's
she's
not
your
have
daughter.
more of this
Like,
bullshit.
yeah, you didn't conceive her, but it's your DNA with someone else's, so it's your daughter. She's your responsibility. Did you like that she didn't talk until near the end?
Yeah, because she's been
Spanish
through some
she
shit,
was.
man.
Yeah, I like that. I think,
And she, like, English obviously wasn't her first language.
I liked it when she was just like shouting Spanish at him.
Yeah,
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
it's like no comprende. It's just like,
Yeah, it was really. I really liked their relationship though. It's like he was always really silent though, as a character. He just didn't talk to people. He just shut them out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice continuation of that.
yeah,
as well.
definitely. Like, for once, he was the talkative one, not having to
Yeah, exactly.
do the talking and stuff. Speaking of when Patrick Stewart died, did you feel bad for all the family as well? Like,
Yeah,
a little bit.
I
I was like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
knew
Though, when
that,
Patrick was
yeah.
like, let's stay an extra night, and he's like, no, don't
do
stay an
that.
extra night.
Yeah,
As soon as
Please leave.
Wolverine like meets normal people, they all die.
Yeah.
Remember that old couple as well. I was
Oh,
just
yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
good. That's going to happen to
Yeah,
them.
they're gonna
all
die.
as well.
I actually felt
It made
They've
it
had
worse
nice
as well because they all
moment.
thought it was him.
yeah, which is weird.
Except for the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, he still tried to kill Wolverine.
Yeah, because he was like, you brought death to all my family. I'm about to die. I'm going to take you with me, you bastard.
yeah,
That's totally
They invited him to
understandable.
stay, man.
I know, yeah.
That's on
but-
them. He said, I don't want to. They were like, come and stay. And he was like, nah.
no, I'm going.
And they were like, yeah. And then he was like, nah.
So
and
it's
they were
on
like,
you.
yeah. And
They
was like,
should
"All
have
right then."
known that they were going to be murdered by a clone
Yeah,
knifey
Exactly.
person.
I mean, you got to be careful.
yeah. Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Did you like X-24? Did you like that little surprise?
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first, but then I did.
Yeah, I
I
was.
don't
It wasn't
necessarily feel like they needed it.
It wasn't overused, was it? He wasn't overused. I
Yeah,
think that's
exactly.
what.
Yeah.
It wasn't overpowered as well, which I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he got a bullet to the face and that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't over. Like, if he'd been used loads, I'd have been like, but he's only used like twice in very short
Yeah.
for like
And he wasn't
5
like an
minutes.
unstoppable machine.
Yeah. I liked how Logan both times was like totally getting his ass kicked as well.
Yeah,
Like, there's no point where he was like ever going to win a fight. And I like that because obviously he was never going to win a fight from like the
Yeah.
very first shot where he can't even get his claw out
yeah,
properly. Like, there's no way he's going to be able to like muster a strength to actually win a fight. So if he like at the end had just somehow found this inner power,
yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have believed
Like a
it. So it
paternal
kind of
instinct, yeah.
it totally worked that he couldn't beat this guy in a fight.
yeah. Did you like? You know, I mean, it's obviously predictable. Like, he's not just going to let them all go off into the woods and be on their own. He's going to have to go and give them a hand and stuff. But do you like how that was done? That he was kind of, you know, he got her to the place with all of her friends and then was kind of going, oh, I'm going to go now. And then saw they were in trouble. Was like, oh, I've got to go and
Uh,
save them.
Yeah, it's fine. I wasn't really that bothered about the plot, to be honest,
No.
because the character work was so good.
Yeah.
The relationships were so good. Like, the plot to me was kind of second to that. Like, it didn't, like, the plot was there to serve the characters rather than the other way around. And
Yeah.
that's
And
like the way you should do
It
it.
did
Like,
sort of make sense as well.
if
for
it's
him to be
generic,
like-
if it's a generic plot with interesting characters doing, like, having
Yeah.
with like proper emotional weight behind their relationships, then it doesn't really matter what the plot is.
Yeah.
It wasn't overly complex. It was just like a chase.
It's like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, like the plot in Lord of the Rings is not particularly complex.
Yeah.
If you think about the basic plot, is one guy carrying a ring to another
It's
place to
pretty
destroy
similar,
it.
to be honest, because it's one
Yeah,
person
it's like a
getting
road
from
movie.
one place
But like,
to another.
what makes it great is the characters.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter if a plot's straightforward. Like, if people who like complicated plots, I'm always quite suspicious of, because I'm
But
like,
then,
why
you
don't you
know, if you like complicated,
if you like plot twists for the sake of it, then
watch Nolan. I mean, don't.
no, I'm talking more like, but Nolan does that with character very well, character and
Yeah, I
plot
guess.
very well.
Talking more about M. Night
I'm talking about
Shyamalan.
something like- and that's where I was going, Matt. That's where I was going.
I don't know if I've seen any. M. Night
something
Shyamalan,
like-
Or like
to be
Corey,
honest.
where it's like, oh, your brother's your mum, and it's like, oh, right, that's not interesting, is it? Is that interesting? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see what you mean.
So speaking of the characters, then we've obviously spoken about Hubert Jackman, and we've spoken about
Hughes Jacks, man.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
and we've spoken
This
about
is story.
Patty Stew.
Beef stew.
Beef stew.
What did we think of Caliban, played
I quite
by
liked him. Yeah, it's good.
Stephen Merchant?
Good.
I was so sure that he was going to be really off-putting. As soon as I hear a sort of West Country accent,
Combine over
Combine
story.
it just
Orchestra.
doesn't fit in movies very well,
In
or it just jars with me. But that's on me. That's just prejudice.
yeah, just a racist.
But yeah, but I thought he was really good. I really liked his character
He was good.
development. I really liked him.
I mean, a lot of people were saying that he was going to be like a villain beforehand, weren't they? Because obviously, I think a lot of people were thinking, well, it's going to be Hugh Jackman and, you know, X-23 on the run, and, you know, they're going to use Caliban to track him down, which is what they did in a way. But I like that because I was expecting that, and then, you know, saw Caliban was on, you know, Wolverine's side, and he was helping him look after Patrick Stewart and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, where's like that's kind of not what everyone was expecting. And stuff. So I kind of like that. Did you like his death, his sacrifice?
Yeah, I liked
I
how
did.
Wolverine just didn't give a shit about him at all.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Yeah.
like, you're getting a boat, and he's like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like,
Okay,
I'm
you
an
can't go on
albino.
the boat.
Can't get a boat.
Yeah,
That's
was
my
funny.
favourite mug.
Yeah.
yeah, he was good.
He was good. I liked him. What about villains then? Let's talk about villains. What about Donald?
Okie dokie.
Did you like Donald?
He was all right. Yeah,
And
thought he
the
was fine.
Reavers? Is that what they're called? The Reavers?
yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
really liked him, actually. I thought he was kind of the right level of moustache twirly villain. And
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? He was kind of treading a line, but I think they got it quite like good, actually, that, you know, you can kind of see his motivation and where he's coming from and stuff. Because, yeah, he's a bad guy, but he's also, he's the one that's kind of messed up by letting all these kids get loose.
yeah.
So he's going to be doing,
Yeah.
you know, everything he can to try and get them all back. And there's even that moment where we see Richard E. Grant. Richard E. Grant? Is that what he's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, his character for the first time, and he sort of tells Donald off. Like, you don't hear what they say, but you kind of see him scold him a little bit, and it's,
Naughty boy.
Yeah, I can't. But that's what I mean. Like, I can't take him seriously. He's called Donald, but like, he's proper, quite a cool like bad guy. He's got his slick back hair. He's got his sunnies and everything. And he's kind of getting told off, and I thought I kind
cool
of
guy.
Yeah,
that's the checklist for cool guy. Slick back hair
and
sunnies. Cool ink.
That's what I do in the morning.
Bad attitude.
That's what I do in the morning when I'm getting ready. I've got a little tick list. I'm like, hair slick back, yeah. Sunnies, on. I'm ready.
You sounded so mank when you said that as well.
I was a little bit disappointed by Richard E. Grant. He didn't do,
I was a little bit.
Didn't do too
He
much.
didn't have a lot, did he?
I liked how he died, though.
How did he die
Just
again?
like in the middle of a sentence. He just got shot in the head like while he was talking.
Oh yeah, that's always good.
Yeah. I like those deaths.
That's a bit. I kind of at the end I was kind of sat there going, oh, I thought I was expecting more from him, but in a way I kind of liked that he wasn't this super big mastermindy villain.
Yeah,
Like,
because it didn't need that kind of thing.
Yeah, it didn't. I think it's just because they kept it so secret who he was. I think at first we were expecting a little bit more. Because we didn't, you didn't. I think we only saw like one shot of him in the trailers, which is like him getting out the getting out the helicopter and stuff. And you're like, ooh, who's he going to be? And it just turned out, oh, he's a scientist that's been breeding mutants, which is something. As you say, like, it's not the plot. Like, we've had that plot before. We've had loads of mutants being bred for whatever purposes, or people experimenting on mutants for their own purposes. But it's just the characters that properly drive the story. Like, just the scene, like in the scenes, just in the car with like Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and I don't know what her name is. The girl,
Daphne Keane.
Yeah, that's it. Like, just the scenes with them three. Even then, when she wasn't talking, it was like, oh, she's mute for a lot of the film.
Like her facial expressions, some bits are so good.
Yeah, I think that's it, because it's this thing that she's been bred sort of in captivity, and now she's like in the world.
Now she has a family.
And she has
relationships.
Ma familia.
Ma familia.
The open road could take you anywhere, to friends, to family.
Yeah, it's just little things like when they sat round there with that family at the farm and stuff, and she's looking at them going, like, Patrick Stewart says it to Wolverine, going, well, this is what a family's like, this is what this is. But you can see it, like, in her, she's figuring that out as well, just going, oh, well, I don't, like, there's more to life than, like, the hatred and the pain and everything that she's experienced since she was,
born,
yeah. Should we get into the big spoiler then? The biggest of the spoilers?
Yeah.
Wolverine dies.
Oh, I was trying to think of something like
in this film. What, something?
I did find it weird though when he was dying that he was like, oh, so this is what this feels like, because he has died before. He just comes back like...
No, it's not about what dying. It's about family.
Oh, right, okay.
Ma familia.
Jesus.
Do you not listen?
It's all about family.
Do you not listen to Vin
this
Diesel?
whole thing.
I thought he was saying, oh, so that's what this feels like.
No, it's about the bond with a family.
Do you not listen to
I
Vin
didn't
Diesel?
get the dying thing. I was
Daddy.
like,
Jesus.
die all the time.
Oh my God, you're so shallow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was like my one criticism. But
Jesus.
Oh, and
if you thought about that for longer than about 5 seconds, you would have figured that out.
That was like the only thing that I didn't like, apart from how many disposable people there were.
Nah, you got a few disposable. Need a few disposable people, don't you? You got.
Yeah.
You got.
They're all getting like claws in the head as well.
Oh,
they're quite quick to die, so you need a lot of them.
He was loving clawing people to the head in this one. He was going, do you know what? We're R-rated. Let's claw everybody in.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
You would do though, wouldn't you?
You would.
That is where you would go first.
It wasn't even just claw through the head though. It was like claw through the head and out the other side of the head, just like
or like up underneath the chin.
Yeah. It was pretty
that's
cool.
where I'd go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It was pretty
it's
cool.
An uppercut though, isn't it? But with claws.
Yeah.
Think about it that way.
Do you want to speak about the R-ratedness or Wolverine's death first? Yeah, should we talk about the death first? I mean, we all knew it was Hugh Jackman's last one. like he said that for a while. This is going to be his last one. Did you expect him to die, or do you think it would be a walking off into the sunset sort of finale? Because I wasn't surprised.
I wasn't surprised, but I was quite shocked at the time.
I was like,
it's quite visceral. It's quite like, shit. I didn't expect him to go out that brutally.
Yeah. Just like
I think that's what you don't expect. Like you expect to like
a graceful
like
death.
Boromir or Gandalf in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Both
like when I watched that the first time because I hadn't read the books because I was like 9 or whatever. Both of them like really surprised me, really shocked me. But they're both kind of like heroic and slow and
drawn out.
Yeah.
You kind of could accept it while they were dying.
Yeah. This you were like, oh my god.
Like, this is just like, oh my god. And I thought he'll come back from that. He'll come back.
Nope.
He might not come back from that.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Has no one else got any of that serum? Why aren't they giving him the serum?
Yeah.
But
it's very effective, very well done.
It was really well done. I'm a bit like you. I wasn't surprised by it, but I was like, oh my god, they've done it. They've gone for it. They've had the guts to do that. And
once it happened, I really was like, please don't be a fake out. Please don't be a fake out.
Yeah. If they'd done a Batman v Superman at the end, you just see claws come out of the grave. It's like shing.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah. I had something to say about. Yeah, I was just saying like that. It wasn't particularly heroic. You think about all the stuff that Wolverine's done, sort of saving the world and everything, and he goes out just saving his daughter and a few kids, but that kind of means so much more, Rob, because it's about family.
Fast and the Furious is always about one very important thing: family.
The most important thing in life will always be the people in this room. Salute mi familia.
Yeah, it was like the bit when she was like calling him daddy, and you're just like,
oh yeah, man.
It's like, oh, it's really sad. Like, who's calling Wolverine? Imagine Wolverine being your dad. Just that's sad.
Yeah. That bit was really horrible. It's like,
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man,
because they've both just kind of gone, oh, maybe we're going to have a family worth living for.
Get it right in the feels.
Yeah.
That didn't affect me anywhere near as much as when Patrick Stewart died.
I think both were pretty sad.
That affects me. Both kind of,
Both were pretty sad.
The bit where they stood by the grave as well, and he's like, what's he say?
Oh, I didn't even hear what he said.
At least he's got the water. Well, he's got the
Oh,
water.
yeah, we've got the water here or something.
Yeah.
We've got water here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, don't tell me. I'll start crying.
Oh, man.
I know. Oh, God, I'm getting upset just thinking about it. The way he was saying it.
He can't say it as well.
It's like, I've heard some people say, like, oh, Hugh Jackman's all right, but Patrick Stewart's amazing. I'm like, Patrick Stewart's good, but Hugh Jackman's pretty awesome in this film as well.
I feel like Hugh Jackman's like, raised the bar.
Yeah,
like Patrick Stewart is amazing, but I feel like Hugh Jackman's
he's consistently amazing.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman is like amazing in this.
That scene,
that bit where smashing up his car as well.
Which
people were laughing at that as well. I was like, this isn't funny.
This isn't
a comedic moment. Him smashing up a car because his father figure's just died.
Yeah,
like is that that's not funny?
Yeah, it really took me out of the moment.
This seems to be a thing at our cineworld where people just laugh at really inappropriate things.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with people.
Well, you find horrors about white people killing black people funny, Rob. So
it's alright because that's just racism, isn't it?
Yeah. So, just racism. What did you think of the last frame of the film then? Did you like that? Or did you think it was too much?
I like that.
No.
I really liked it.
I really loved it because
I didn't know what she was doing.
Idolizes him as an X-Man.
Yeah, I was thinking, what's she doing? And then she put it down, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
So much better, yeah. I did wonder why they had a cross there. I was like, are any of them religious? Surely not.
Well, that's the thing you do, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think you do.
Stuff like dead rabbits and stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
same thing, innit?
I thought her like performance there was mint as well. Like as the rest of the kids like walked away, and you could see she just didn't want to leave, and she kept like trying to like looking behind her to come back and stuff, and then put the cross on it. What? Are we pulling you?
It just made a really weird noise.
You just sounded like the devil.
Was it my chair? Was it my
crazy.
chair? My chair's squeaky. It might be that.
No,
it was like a robot.
Oh, okay.
Noise. It was weird.
I tried to be discreet about it so you could carry on with your sentence, Matt, but I'm gonna have to edit around.
No, when you two are like looking at each other like, what's going on? It throws me a bit.
Sorry.
Yeah, she was good in that scene with the X at the end. And actually, someone, Guffers was telling me today that he's seen a few sort of, not theories is the wrong word for that, but that the last frame is kind of like a symbolism for like the end of the original X-Men and the original franchise as a whole. Kind of going, this is over now with Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Wolverine, even, you know, James McAvoy and all that to a certain extent, because they've got one more, I think, haven't they? And then you hope they give up. Because
the Apocalypse was supposed to be the last one, I think, contracted.
Oh, so maybe they're not going to have one. So I think, and now they've obviously got X-Force and that they're working on, and Deadpool and that sort of stuff. So I think it's a good time.
Jean Grey.
Yeah, I think it's a good time for them to do that, to put kind of a cross
I mean,
over it.
A better film to finish it.
No, they're not.
Well done, Matt.
It's good, that, wasn't it? No, they're definitely not. Because this... Like, I've been saying to a few people and they're going, oh, is it good? And like, I'm into comics, I'm into superhero films. I just go, this isn't just a good superhero film, this is a good film. That's what's really important, I think, about this film. I'd say to a lot of people that I wouldn't necessarily say you need to really be into comic books to enjoy this film.
No, you don't.
I don't think you really... Like, I think you need an idea of who these characters are, but...
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you have to be a die-hard fan to understand. I think that's what's really clever about it.
Yeah, I feel like it does a really good job of building the relationship.
Yeah, because even though like Wolverine's joking when he's going, oh, it's my dad, Chuck, which I thought was a really funny line. It's like...
That's really good.
It is kind of like, well, he's not had a dad since he was, you know, whenever he was born, sort of however old Wolverine is.
But he's still older than him.
Yeah, he's still older than Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, but he's kind of his father figure, and it's sad, innit? It's just a sad... It's still enjoyable, though, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of good, nice moments.
Yeah, it's not just a morbid film where you come out at the end going, oh, that was really sad, like I'm depressed now. It's still... like a lot of fun to be had while watching it. You know, the fight scenes are really good.
Limbs.
Yeah, let's go into the R-ratedness. Did you like it? Did you like how many F-bombs and blood and claws through head?
A lot of people like being upset about this, and I don't really see why you'd be upset about this.
What are they upset by?
It's just like the swearing and the brutality. Said it was unnecessary. Like, I mean, it's not necessary, but it just adds to like the brutality of the world that they're living in.
It just makes it seem
like if it
real.
was, it makes the stakes feel higher.
Yeah. Because I'd say,
because like, can you imagine like not swearing if you're about to die?
Yeah.
No.
Like, who doesn't swear if you're about to die? Like, if someone's trying to kill your child, would you not put your claws through the roof of their skull to protect your child? Of course you would. What are you going to do? Just punch them in the face and run off?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that brutality, that adds to the realism of it. It's not...
Death
it's not violence. It's not like Deadpool. It's not violence for violence sake.
I was literally just about to say that.
It adds to the...
It's not like they don't kill people in other X-Men films.
Yeah.
It's not like people don't die. The baddies always die, don't they?
It adds a weight to the deaths.
Because you see it
adds more to it. It makes
it doesn't mean
it doesn't. People say like it's over the top and it's like glorifying the violence. So I think it does the opposite.
Yeah, it's just not minimizing it, is it?
I think like if people die like without any blood or anything, you think, oh, he's dead now. It doesn't have any effects on you. Whereas you see someone kind of
like disposable people
suffer, then you kind of like, oh, that person's dead now. That's had an effect on the character taking his life. That's had an effect on the film.
Yeah, it's like I was just about to say about Deadpool. Nobody said, "Oh, that didn't need to be R-rated." I'd argue that didn't have to be. But like, I mean, the blood and guts wise, anyway. Like, yeah, the language is part of the crass humor and everything. But the blood and guts, you just go, oh, like, why do I need to see him sawing his own arm off? Like, do I need what does that add to this apart from just being a visual like gag? Whereas with Wolverine, as you say, like the world they're living in is painful, and you know it shows the stakes of it all, that he's willing to do anything to save his daughter and everything. I really like the thing when he was talking to her, saying about how you're gonna have to, even if the people you kill are bad, you're still gonna have to come to terms with that. You're still gonna have to find a way to if you're killing bad people, you're still killing people. That's still gonna be on your conscience, and you're still gonna have to come to terms with that. And I think that's a good reason why it was like R-rated and there was blood everywhere and stuff, because there is this thing of he is actually killing people. As you say, it makes it feel a lot more real rather than him just, looking like he's slapping somebody with his claws and then dropping down and everything.
Yeah, it adds it makes it more real, so it's like it doesn't desensitize you, it makes you feel it more, if anything.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Tarantino where it's just silly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It was very very like grounded violence. Like very real life violence, which is what this film needed because it was a just down to earth story.
About a sidekick and his son with metal claws.
And his daughter with metal claws. And anger issues.
Yeah.
And family.
And family. Man familia.
Salute me, familia.
Every time we say family, can you just edit in Vin Diesel saying family?
Vin Diesel. Yeah, okay.
Every single time we say it. I don't just mean in this show. I just mean for not just this particular episode, like every single episode from now on until the end of time.
Okay.
Anything else on Logan?
It's good. Watch it.
It's very well directed. We haven't talked about how it kind of aesthetically.
Oh yeah,
very
aesthetically
nice.
very nice. Yeah,
beautiful.
Really well shot. Really.
Yeah.
Really, just it was just solid direction. Anything else?
Good. Yeah. I think we covered it.
I think we've covered
5 stars.
Well done, guys.
We gave it 5 stars on the website. Yeah, so you can check out our probably more eloquent and concise review on the blog.
Yeah, but you don't get all the humour, and you don't get to hear Vin Diesel saying family over and over again.
I don't think I said family once in the blog.
Maybe you should. Just put it every other word. Just edit it. Family, family, family.
Yeah.
Should we move on then? To the 1-star Amazon review quiz.
When I buy a movie, I like to read reviews. Amazon's the place where you can pick and choose. But some people are stupid and leave real shit reviews. It's time to play the Amazon 1-star quiz.
It's back! For those of you who don't know what this is the 1-star Amazon review quiz where I find films on Amazon that are generally quite good films, people consider good films, we consider good films, and find the 1-star reviews that people have written about them that are generally quite funny or stupid. And I read the reviews out, and these two have to guess what the film is. Do I get better or worse at explaining this quiz each week? I'm not sure. I think it's quite hit and miss.
To be honest, I zone out. I think you get longer each time.
Do I? Maybe we should do a... yeah, I'm pretty tired. Been at work. Maybe we should do... record...
like everyone else.
Yeah. Maybe we should do record standard intros and just put them at the start of them all, and then we don't have to do it every week.
I'm going to miss out on all this witty banter.
It won't
Obviously.
be the same.
It won't be the same, Dad. Yeah, you don't want it too edited, do you?
No, exactly.
Unless it's putting Vin Diesel into it all the time, in which case you want it edited as much as possible.
I was going to edit out the whole podcast and instead just put Vin Diesel's dialogue from all 7 Fast and Furious films in.
Back to back.
Yeah, none of the other dialogue, just that over
Just
and
Vin
over
Diesel's,
again.
yeah.
Right, let me find what I'm doing.
That must be on YouTube
I
somewhere.
feel like you should have been prepared for this already.
I am prepared. I'm just figuring out which one I should read first. Okay, film number 1. Review number 1. As always, I may omit details that will just give the film away straight away, so
Okey-dokey.
if I pause. This one does have the name of the character in it, so I'm just going to say character to not give it
Okay.
away.
Oh, thanks for making that clear, Matt. Otherwise, I would have been.
We're like, that's not a
flummoxed.
proper sentence.
Maybe you would, I don't know. Okay. Unfortunately, the makers of this film have used the real-life story as an aid to ramming down shamelessly biased liberal propaganda at cinema attenders based on a racist stereotype of the British as stuffy and elitist in contrast to the welcoming American. The arguably
United Kingdom.
No. The arguably courage of the main character is only relevant to the makers of the film to gloss over the shameless liberal propaganda where the conservative father, the elitist British, the national people who cared for the character's safety are all systematically humiliated until the macho American and the chippy working class British man oppressed by his father and elitist country, emerged triumphant, this is all one sentence, and vindicted in becoming stubborn, individualistic, bordering on narcissism, arrogant, and having a chip on one shoulder.
What? That doesn't even make sense as a sentence.
No, it doesn't. Well,
I feel like the more words you said, the further I got away from the answer.
Yes.
I know, yeah. It's pretty ridiculous review, that one. Like it's kind of like he had a thesaurus and just was going down, going, yeah, I'll put that word in it, put that word in it. This sounds good.
That's a good word.
Making me sound clever. Shall I go on to the next one?
Again, I always find liberal propaganda a funny word.
It's 2 words.
Or funny phrase.
Yeah, okay.
Funny phrase.
The thing is,
all those liberals trying to better other people's lives. Oh, bloody bastards.
yeah. I just find it really funny though because
It doesn't make sense as a word.
No, it
'cause,
doesn't.
like,
It doesn't. It's
yeah, but
ridiculous.
it makes you sound smart though, Rob. Makes you sound smart.
No, it doesn't. It makes you sound like a stupid cunt.
Makes you sound very conservative.
This one, I'm hoping is a joke. I'm pretty sure it's a joke, but it's quite funny anyway. So I thought I'd read it out. The costume department should be ashamed of themselves. Oh, that's the title. And then it goes on with, the costume department should be ashamed of themselves. He was wearing lycra, which is really unconvincing. Maybe 1 star is a bit harsh. I guess they were expecting the feathers to be CGI'd in post-production, but surely everyone needs to talk to each other to ensure this sort of mistake isn't made. Ruin the film for me.
Feathers and lycra.
As I'm saying, I'm hoping
Birdman?
no. You get like you're on the right lines though. So not with the type of film, but with that sort of thinking towards the film.
Oh, thanks, man. That's really cleared it up.
Oh, I'm sure I had another one, but I may have lost it. Give me a second.
Lycra.
Is in lycra?
Yeah, somebody like thinking. We've had what clues have we had? We've had it's about a British person. They're an athlete. They're wearing lycra. Do you want some more clues?
Is it Eddie the Eagle?
Eddie the Eagle?
It is Eddie the Eagle. She's
I got it.
She's
first.
got it.
Yes.
She's got it.
How is it liberal propaganda?
Yeah, I don't
know.
understand that at all.
I don't understand.
I don't know. I think because it's probably got like a feel-good storyline. That's probably what they think is liberal propaganda. But there's
No
also
racism.
Yeah, no racism in this. There's one review which obviously wouldn't give you any hint to what the film is, which is why I didn't read it out, but I thought I'd read it out now, which is Rip-Off. The film is excellent. It's also free with Netflix. So this person's gone on Amazon to slag this film off and give it 1 star because if you've got... Like, it's not free on Netflix. Nothing's free on Netflix. That's the point of Netflix. You pay a subscription to get access to those films. They're not free. You idiot. FJ.
I love the way you did. You announced you were going to say out like purred off Parks and Rec. You were like, this is a statement that I read before that I'm not going to read before, but I'm going to read it now. And this is that statement. This statement is...
Yeah, it totally was.
That person is an idiot, though. Like,
yeah.
Like, why would you give it a 1 star? I don't... Like, the people that go, this film's excellent, but I had a really bad experience with Amazon. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
like,
isn't
review
where you review
Amazon.
that.
That's
Yeah.
why
My dad died when I was watching this film, so 1 star.
1 star review.
So stupid.
1-0 Hart.
Shouldn't
You've
complain
been in
that. It's the whole basis of this podcast.
Yeah. You've been in this position a few times, Hart.
Yeah,
And
I'm not going to blow it.
Sounds like I do on purpose.
No,
it's gone wrong a few times for you.
I can do it. I can do it.
You can do it.
This girl
Right.
can.
Yeah, she can. I don't know. This girl can. Is that the catchphrase?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The
But
catchphrase for
apparently it
what?
should be this woman does.
This woman does.
It's better though, isn't it?
It is a bit better, actually. Yeah. I'm not a girl. I will
Okay.
say,
Can just means you
Not
could
yet
do
a
if you
woman.
wanted to, but
I'm
you
not
don't.
a girl.
Shut up.
Do.
You ready for film number 2?
Not yet a woman. Sorry,
Obviously not.
Britney Spearsing it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Okay. Wow, what a first half. If your soul isn't ravaged by the desolation, the hopelessness, and the spirit of human endeavour by the end of the film's first half, you ain't human. Why, I hear you cry then? Why only 1 star? Well, what starts out heart-wrenching, I think they're supposed to put...
Les Miserables.
He's got it.
What? Fuck off.
Is that because you just think it's like the saddest film you could think of? And you're like, what's a really
Is the link
depressing
Hugh
film?
Jackman?
The link is Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
Well done,
fuck
Rob.
off.
2-1.
Shut up.
You might get the last one pretty easily now then.
Oh,
but
I shouldn't have given the link away, should I? But I thought
No, you
you
shouldn't
might
have
get
given
it.
the link away. But people have gone proper.
Saw the glory.
The amount of people that complain about Les Mis being sung in the 1-star reviews is ridiculous. People going, I don't like musicals, but I heard this was good, so I bought it and I didn't like it because it was sung.
I hate songs. The songs are gay.
You just think, like, what are you doing? Like this one goes on to say, like, it just was. It's like the second half was a rejected Disney script for Sleeping Beauty. I was just going, like, what are you going on about? Like, seriously, this is based on
man.
a really like old book that was then turned into a musical and now turned into a film of the musical. And then you got people complaining about the fact that it's not based on the book; it's based on the musical. You just go, because the book's about like 1,000 pages long, I think, and really boring. And you think that you couldn't turn that into a film. Like, what's everyone getting so upset about?
What why wouldn't you turn the musical into a film? That seems like the natural, obviously.
Exactly, yeah.
People.
This was a strange review. This is all in caps lock as well, so I might shout it all.
Is it Trump?
No, it's not Trump. Don't insult if an opinion isn't like yours. So it might be Trump, yeah. I have sadly read some irritable comments to negative opinions on the movie musical Les Miserables and wonder why. I had my opinion as well, but I asked Amazon to remove it. I honestly think one has the possibility to not love this film. I had the force and courage not to turn it off after 10 minutes. I did watch it all. Fortunately, I forgot. Try not to insult me if I have not enjoyed it. All the best to all Amazon's customers.
What a prick.
At least he signed it off. Signed it off quite nicely, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Signed it off quite well. Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any other funny ones for this, but I don't think there is. I think they're all very serious. People getting very upset about it. How they suffered. They suffered through this film.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to be uplifting and cheery. And there's one person who's going, like, there's a lot of people going, the actors can't sing. Why get actors that can't sing to do these parts? But then they kind of were slagging off Hugh Jackman and Hathaway and stuff, and just went, and Russell Crowe, the only one who could sing. You just think, you tone deaf? Like even if it's quite well known that Russell Crowe's the weak link in that film. And then someone was going on about the one well-known song, the one from that Susan Boyle sung on Britain's Got Talent.
Why did they nick that song from Susan Boyle?
You're just like you're obviously not very cultured, are you? So you can it's probably
shove your review
not
up your
for
arse,
you,
mate.
really, is it? Yeah, pretty much. Should we on to film number 3, The Decider?
Yeah. X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, Wolverine.
You can't do this.
Apocalypse.
You can't do this.
The Wolverine Origins.
Well, you've
Days of
ruined it now. So
yeah, well done. You've ruined the game.
Oh.
Can she lose a point for that?
Yeah, I'm giving the points to Rob there because you've just ruined the game, Hat.
Embarrassing, yeah.
You've just ruined the game.
Was it one of them?
Yes.
Well, we can guess which one now, but you still can't win.
You probably won't. There's no real specifics on which one it is.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't think there is anyway.
Which one was it?
Do you want me to read it? Shall I read it and see if you can get it?
Yeah.
Go on.
The plot was transparent and predictable. The characterization was non-existent, and the dialogue was obviously written by people. Oh, this is a really nice line actually from this reviewer. And the dialogue was obviously written by someone with learning difficulties. I loved his line. His helmet is too strong. At least it was something like that, or the truly awe-inspiring words of wisdom from Storm. Do you know what happens to a toad when it gets hit by lightning? The same thing as everything else. X-Men 1.
X-Men 3.
X-Men 1.
I got it.
It is X-Men 1.
You didn't.
Yeah, you don't get the point though.
You don't get the points because you've already cheated.
Yeah, you've ruined the game, Hat. Ruined the game.
I was
You brought it to
losing
disrepute.
anyway. I was trying to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, but you can't just do that because it's unfair.
Why? No, it's not.
You should have one guess and then the other person. We need to introduce some rules now, Matt.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry that Hat ruined the game for today.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
Paul. I
embarrassing.
didn't mean
Yeah, do you know, like, Hat,
We're
you're
going
the
to change
leader
rules
here.
now because you've ruined it.
Yeah.
This is why rules are needed because people just take liberties, don't they?
This is like Jackman Gate. That's what we're going to call it from now on. Yeah.
to.
Do you know who?
I got really excited.
Do you know who the real loser is, though, Hat? The listeners, because
Yeah.
you've just ruined the fun game for them.
Do you want to apologise?
I'm sorry.
Apologise to the listeners.
I'm sorry, listeners.
Should we move on then to the next item on the
hardly
agenda.
feels worth it now.
Yeah. Let's just all kill ourselves. And seeing as Hat hasn't done an IMDb trivia quiz either, so not only does she ruin one game, she doesn't even bring her own.
Someone's got some making up to do next week.
Guys.
Yeah. We'll go into real issues. Have we got a theme tune for real issues?
Have we got a theme tune for real issues?
You haven't asked me for one.
Hasn't done that either. Somebody's not
Lazy.
pulling their weight on this podcast.
Oh my god.
What do you want to talk about?
Today.
I have
What do you
read, thanks to Nerds Chatting on Twitter, recommended that I pick up a comic by the Walking Dead guy. What's he called? Kirkman? Robert Kirkman. Is that his name?
Don't know.
Google him for me. I think that's right. Invincible. It's about a guy whose dad is a superhero. He's like an alien, so he's kind of like Superman, has pretty much Superman's powers. But it's about this kid who, like, at the start he doesn't have superpowers, and then he realizes that he will at some point develop superpowers. And it's like him coming of age and kind of learning to use his powers and become a superhero and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Is it good? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good.
What issue are you on?
So I've read the first volume of the trade paperback. So that's the first 4, I think. But it's really
And
fun.
you'd recommend it?
It's a fun time, yeah. It's really interesting because you don't really like look at it from that perspective of his dad's like the big hero and he's kind of living his dad's shadow.
That's quite cool.
And like him being, because his dad's like an alien and his mum's human. I think his mum's human. And kind of whether he'll even develop powers, what powers he'll develop, like him getting his first suit and doing his first like team up and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. How many are there of them? Do you know?
It's been going on for like 10 years, I think. So there's a lot.
Okay. So have you started at the very beginning then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So has it been continuous for 10 years then? Like, it's not
I think so.
rebooted
Going on, yeah.
and that's pretty cool.
But it's good.
Cool.
It's good. I'd recommend it.
Do you want to know what I've been reading? Because I've actually been reading comic books.
Is it Death of the Family? Death in the Family.
It is Death of the Family. It is indeed. Which is the Joker storyline from... Yeah, I was going to say Batman, but it's not really. It's like a Joker storyline from 3 years ago. Is that long ago? How many years ago was it?
Yeah, probably about 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago.
Scott
Snyder's run, yeah, in the New 52. It was just... what was it, like the second storyline in the New 52 after Court of Owls, I think? Or second or third storyline, anyway.
Yeah.
Where the Joker goes on sort of a rampage and decides that the Bat family, so, you know, Catwoman, Batgirl, Robin, Red Robin, Nightwing, everyone's dragging him down. And the only way to get rid of them, like to get Batman back to his true self, is to get all of them out of the picture, which is such a cool storyline. It's one that you kind of surprising hasn't been done. Obviously, Joker's gone after Batman's accomplices before, but never in this extent, which I think is really cool. And we only read the Batman arc of it, really, didn't we? When we were reading the comics, but the actual graphic novel is not bad. It's like it's like a Joker storyline, so you get all of the interactions with all the different characters, which is really interesting. That there's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't read on the first time around. But I don't know, can you get graphic novels of the whole? Because it felt like, not that it missed things out, but if you read the other comics around that time, like all of the Batman ones, it would add a bit more to it.
I don't know.
But I can't really remember what happened there. But it's one of my favourite Batman storylines ever, I reckon.
Yeah, it's really good. I think Scott Snyder's run
and
will be remembered as probably one of the best.
Yeah, it is so good that it's not one of those ones where it's like, oh, here's the Joker being kooky and, you know, doing something crazy that you can just put down to him being crazy. You kind of see his justification for everything.
Yeah.
That
Jared Leto
he's doing, and that's what I mean. Like, now you've got, like, why not take something similar to that now and use that in the DC universe? Because they're obviously wanting to expand the whole universe into having all these different characters. It's like, have a villain like that wants to bring down this whole team because he feels like it's taken away from his plaything and his time and everything. Like, it's such a cool storyline that can really work if there's, a big family together. So if anyone's interested in like Batman and the Batman universe and stuff, then I'd definitely recommend checking that out.
It's a really good,
really.
Along with Killing Joke, it's probably like the best, not analysis, but look at kind of Joker-Batman relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a really, really, really great look at their relationship, definitely. So check that out.
It kind of shows you like how like Jared Leto in Suicide Squad was such a pointless character because kind of without Batman he's kind of a pointless character. Like there's not really much point in it without Batman. So kind of having him in a film, not even as a main character, but as a bit part character without Batman there is kind of pointless.
Yeah, there's not much sort of sense to it because it just sort of, Joker is fueled by Batman. That's what he is. So to just have him as this mob boss
anyway,
kind
Matt,
of guy.
Stop kicking on it. We've done it.
Yeah, you started it. You just
sorry,
man. Just riling me up. So that's Real Issues.
Social Justice Warrior.
Yeah, I might now that I've finished that, I might read. I've got either Sin City or Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. So I'm not sure which one to read. But
yeah,
I'll
I'm going to read.
Coin. I'll pick one of them.
Might read Witches this week.
Oh yeah, you've got that.
That's Scott Snyder as well.
Just loving Scott Snyder, aren't you?
I am.
Gay for him. Shall we move on to? No, there isn't anything wrong.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'd have something to say about that, I think.
Well. Have you read any comics, Hat?
Orcs.
Not comics. I read a book, though.
Well, this isn't a book section. So
We don't have a book section.
Because we're not nerds.
Yeah, we're not nerds. Yeah, hey.
Books are for nerds.
I read a really
Unless
good
there's
book.
pictures in them.
It's called Nod. It's about a world where one night, like 99% of the population just don't sleep. And then they're just incapable of sleep. So, like, the whole world slowly goes insane from lack of sleep. It's really interesting. It's like a
good.
Apocalyptic.
You can talk about it in your book section, can't you?
We don't have a book section. Just read the book. It's good.
Shall we move on to question of the week?
The question of the week.
The question. So the question of the week this week. I don't know what it was. Let me find it.
Literally sent you a screenshot.
Well, you've got question of the week. I know you have, but you've got question. Which one was question of the week? Question of the week was about
the one
Logan.
that says question of the week in caps lock on it.
No, it doesn't.
On the tweet, it says podcast question of the week.
Well, no. Yeah, it says podcast question of the week. But also, that's also the poll. But then you've also put out a different question. But is that for feedback?
That's just for feedback, man. We
See,
have
Rob.
every week.
But it's also a question.
I know, but unless it says question of the week in caps lock, that's not what it is. I'm not going to rename the segment, Matt, because we've got a theme song, so I refuse.
I'm just going to make a point every week that this is stupid. Podcast question of the week. Is Logan the best comic book film since The Dark Knight? If not, what's been better? So we got really good response for this.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Thank you for everyone who voted and retweeted and took part. It was really nice. 61% of people said yes. It is the best.
How many people were in the thing, Matt?
Because it's really blurry and I can't read it.
96
people. So thank you to all 96 people. So 61% said yes, it's the best comic book film since The Dark Knight. 9% said no. 20% said maybe. And 10% said it's even better than The Dark Knight, which is a very bold claim indeed. But I think it just shows how good this film is that more people thought it's better than The Dark Knight Rises than thought that it wasn't. Like, I know, like, Dark Knight Rises is kind of seen as the pinnacle of superhero films.
Just The
for
Dark Knight,
a lot of people. Just The Dark Knight. Sorry, it seems like a pinnacle for comic book films, and not only do people think it's the best film since then, there's some people that think it's goes beyond. It's even better. So
like, how many said maybe?
20%.
So 30% think it's 70% of people think it's
as good
as or better than Logan.
No.
Or at least
The Dark Knight.
Better than The Dark Knight.
Or Dark Knight, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Good job. You tried.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than your farce that happened earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine.
So,
It's just been a farcical podcast. Yeah, so thank you everyone for getting involved in that. Should we move on to feedback?
Yeah.
Can you get this feedback up? Because I can't really read who has sent it and I feel bad reading it out.
just go on the Twitter.
Without-
I've turned my Wi-Fi off, so I can't use it.
Oh dear. You've got the picture though on your phone because you screenshotted it. Come on, Rob. Get with technology. Shall I read some feedback out that I've got from someone else while you find this? This is from a good friend of the show, David Guthrie, big nerd. So he's got some thoughts on Logan. So first off, he thought it was an incredible final frame, which I think we've all agreed on. He said he had a few tears when they were burying Charles, which again, we've said we've done it. And he said, also I had genuine tears streaming when he was dying and she called him Dad. And those final words from him were fantastic. He said, for the characters that have such a hard few films in the past where they've not been great, I was surprised the film would make me as emotional as it did. I knew it would be sad, but I don't think it would. I didn't think it would get me like it did. And he said, the only negative emotion the film brought me was that I felt the death of Xavier wasn't honourable enough for him, but that's why I liked it so much, because it's genuinely felt undeserved but real life. Like, not everyone gets the death they deserve. And after all the good he's done, he still did the unspeakable for him, and he hated himself for it, and that's what made it all the more emotional death. Like, I want to go and watch it again just in the hopes I see them come out on the other side, but it's not going to happen. But that's why it was so brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better than everything we said.
Yeah. He just said he still said more. He says he loves the villains and the surprise twists with he loved the surprise twist with X-24. He said because of the idea that the embodiment of everything Wolverine feared, his own rage, killing those he loves, was brought to life, as well as the fact that his worst enemy was himself.
That's very deep.
It's very deep.
I didn't even think about that. That's bad.
And then, as I say, he mentioned the thing about the X being a sort of symbol for the original
Weapon X
sort
program.
of X-Men universe being like over now, really. That's over and done with.
I thought it's also a sign for the Weapon X, like a link between those two being Weapon X.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
People.
But thank you, Guffers, for the feedback.
Yeah, good feedback.
Yeah,
very
great
very
feedback.
coherent.
Very
And
good.
Guff's a big nerd, so he should know these things. Any more feedback?
No, I'm not saying it. You say it. At I2Wacho has, I don't know if I've pronounced that right, says X-Men movies should all be R-rated after seeing Logan. Damn, what a great movie. What a way to send it off into sunset. We agree.
We agree. Definitely.
Well, I agree it's good. I don't think they should all be X-rated, though. Or R-rated. X-rated. R-rated.
Definitely not. Yeah.
I don't think it depends on the story you're telling. There's no point doing R-rated for the sake of it.
But yeah, no, that's true. But then
But this film wouldn't have been
I
the same without an R rating.
I do find it jarring when things are PG when I'm not expecting it, and then like no one swears.
No one has like a real reaction to anything because it's toned down. Yeah,
everything's like really toned down and like. What did we see? We saw something that was PG, and I was just like,
Hidden
oh,
Figures
for
was a
God's
PG.
sake. Yeah, I mean, they would have sworn a whole of a lot more, I reckon.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be a lot more hard hitting if they'd given it 12A
Yeah.
or 15 or something.
I just feel like I don't understand why language is still
an issue.
still has an effect on a rating of a film.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing language in a specific context. It's, if anything, it's illustrative. Educational, yeah. So I find it really frustrating that that's what makes an R-rated movie.
Well, it's also like probably like decapitated heads.
Yeah,
and
no, I
stuff,
know, but
I'd imagine.
when I did some research into sex education and stuff, some of the guidelines on what you can see of like a consenting sexual relationship are there's a lot higher, lower bar to be moved up a level than there is for violence. So you can see someone getting killed a lot easier on a lower rating than you can see someone having nice sexy time. It's weird. Anyway.
I mean, it didn't really feel relevant to Logan.
No. Well,
but
no, I'm just saying,
it's
like,
very good.
these
Thank
rating
you.
systems are strange and rooted in weird sort of sociological issues that people had. Politeness and Britishness.
Got there in the end, didn't
Yeah.
we? We got there.
Yeah, it's 'cause it was like Train Spotting's like an 18. And surely that's just for the heroine.
Yeah.
Like, there's one bit where they shoot up heroin, but the rest of the film's not that bad, really.
No, not
like, I can't really remember anything else that's really horrendous in that film.
The only film I've ever seen and thought, gosh, some people should not see this is Neon Demon.
Yeah, that was hard. That was a hard
That's the
watch.
only one where I've been like, okay, yeah, that should have been an 18. I don't want anyone under 18 to see that. Other than that, I don't feel like there should be these ages on films.
What about
Wait,
Girl with a Dragon Tattoo?
I've not seen it, to be honest.
It's a pretty horrible rape scene in that.
Yeah, I guess so. Rape scenes.
Pretty dark.
You're still
Rape
more likely to see
scenes
like
are bad.
a violent rape scene than a consensual sex scene. Anyway, it's not about that.
It's not about your own individual parenting policies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Is that everything for the day then? For the show?
Yeah, let's say it is.
We all done?
probs.
Do you want to say some things about stuff that we do?
We
And
do.
where people can find the stuff we do?
That sounds really like Purd as well.
Say some things about the things that we do now.
Yeah.
So actually, we have moved from SoundCloud over to
Ooh,
Podbean.
Controversial.
So I mean, if you listen to this, you probably already know that because you can't listen to this on
Otherwise you didn't
SoundCloud
find it.
anymore. So yeah,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
What's SoundCloud? Is that the German version?
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud?
Yeah, so we moved over to Podbean just because it's a bit easier because there's like an app, which is the SoundCloud app's terrible. So
Yeah, it's rubbish.
it's just easier for people who don't have an iPhone to subscribe and stuff.
It's a really nice.
It's a nice app. Yeah,
website
it's
as
nice.
well.
So
Looks nice,
so get on
feels
Podbean,
clean.
give us a subscribe. Also, on iTunes, you can subscribe and leave us a review. That'd be good.
5-star.
3 or above would be nice. Maybe 4.
If it's less than that, just tell us in an email,
Yeah, send us a horrible email.
and we'll get back to you personally. So it's
Yeah.
better.
We are on YouTube. You can check out some of Matt's gaming reviews or some of our Let's Play series. We are on WordPress for all our written blogs and opinion pieces. We are on Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the blog, I've started a little new series about actually making films and my experience of making films. So if you're interested in that, go on the blog and check that out because that could be an interesting insight for people. Or it could just be rubbish. I don't know. Read it anyway.
And you'll know.
We'll link it below. Rob.
Yep. We're also on Patreon if you want to give us a little bit of money to help us.
Live.
Well, no, just we can afford to live. Just pay for new equipment and the subscription and stuff.
Yeah.
And we also have an Amazon affiliates link, which I'll put below. If you want to just click on that and buy whatever you're going to buy anyway through Amazon, just gives us a little bit of money back. So that's pretty good.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know, but we got some money back, so that's good.
Sweet.
That's it, I think. We're part of there's a podcast for that productions network of bloggers, YouTubers, things with ourselves, Pixel Perfect Podcast, which is all about video games, the Fortnightly Forum, which is Matt's podcast about pop culture and news and stuff, and Gross Ovaries, which is by the Rational Feminists, which is all about feminism.
Or it's just about like the world, life as a woman.
Yeah. That's
The
it.
struggles.
The
That's it. That's all the things where you can find us. Check it all out if you want. Be nice. Be real nice of you, because if you've liked what we've done here, then no doubt you'll like some of that other stuff as well. And we'll see you next time where we'll be talking about something else that isn't Logan. But who knows? We've got a week to come up with an idea, so
Yeah.
plenty of time.
Maybe we'll have all 3
We don't-
quizzes as well.
Yeah, we don't wing it.
It's all scripted.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Salute me, familia.